into September. A little bit late on the August favorites, but we're going to make it happen. So, starting off, I've got my Batiste dry shampoo in light golden, light and blonde. First time I have ever used the Batiste shampoos, and I would definitely repurchase. It's a very light formulation. It's easy to work through. You don't necessarily have to like blow dry it like through your hair to disperse the product. You can easily just kind of shake it out with your fingers. And the hint of color helps, one, camouflage new growth if you need to get your color done, and two, you don't end up looking like George Washington. So I found this one at Ulta. I would definitely repurchase it. I'm going to be getting my color done in just a little bit, so then I'll be getting it in a different color. But love it, keep it, need it. Next up, I have two mascaras. I love Nicole Guerrero 19. She is a huge mascara layerer. Now, she's like using like 4 or 5 mascaras. I'm not to that level yet. She's a professional. So, but I have been using the Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express, and this is the flared in Blackest Black. I do a coat of this, and then I go in with my Revlon Lash Potion mascara, also in Blackest Black, and do a coat of that. And sometimes I'll go back and forth and do like a third coat of one of them. And I will say, I've tried to notice a difference if I did one first and then the other. Not noticed a difference. So the Maybelline The Falsies brush looks like that. So you've got like a thin side, and then you've got a more like rounded side that you can see in through there. It just really allows you to get in there and coat those lashes. And then the Lash Potion has more of a, to me, a finer spindly brush. So you can go in and get really individual lashes. So big fan of layering those two. Keep them. Then next up, earlier in the month, I had a really nasty, like my once a year, like cold, sick nastiness. So I had like nasty chappedness in my nose, little creases from blowing it. And then because of mouth breathing at night, my lips were like crazy chapped all the way around. So, oh, and there's another use. But for that reason, I busted out the Vaseline. And then I really needed a pedicure, but I was being cheap. Girls got priorities. So my nail tech recommended taking the same Vaseline, doing a dollop of that on your feet, putting socks on before bed, and then you're good to go. It's a great way, in her opinion, to like fudge a pedicure for another couple weeks. So whether you've got dry skin, lips, face, feet, Vaseline, the way to go. And then, as far as glossies, got 2 glosses also. The first being from Glow Minerals, the Glow Minerals gloss in Starstruck. It is a very sparkly yet sheer gloss. The flecks are more golden. So you can see it's just a nice golden sheer tone. You can wear it over your natural lip, over a nude lip. You could maybe do it in the center of your lip just to add a little pop if you had, I would still say a paler pink lip. The only reason I wouldn't say using this over a dark color is I get a little creeped out when like the wand has like lipstick on it. So I just like to keep those like true to the color they are in the tube. So Starstruck, love it. And I'm a big fan of the consistency of these. If you've watched my What's in My Bag video, you know that they feel like pudding. So that was my number 1. My number 2 lip gloss is one of the NYX Butter Glosses. This is in Tiramisu. This does not have any shimmer or glitter in it. However, you get a good amount of coverage, but even if you're not lining it or putting it over a lipstick, you just get a nice kind of more even yet glossy tone to your lip. So I will show that next to the Starstruck right there. So you can see that. It's got the sheen to it, but it's a nice kind of natural flesh tone shade. But the NYX Butter Gloss, great texture as well. Got it at Ulta, very reasonably priced line, so win-win. I'll most likely be trying more glosses from that line based on texture and consistency for fall because that one impressed me so much. So next up, I have a mist. So it is an anti-favorites. And I had never tried, I had a tinted moisturizer and it was fine. But then I was like, BB creams, let me try this. This sounds amazing. So I picked up the L'Oreal Paris Magic Skin Beautifier BB cream. And I got it in light because I am light. And the weird thing that I'm not, one, the texture is very dry. Like when you go to put it on your skin, it just feels like you're doing that. Like it just doesn't want to move. So I don't get the concept of it being extra nourishing because you can't even get it in your skin. Like there's no slick to move the product, let alone extra moisture to help benefit your skin. And it kind of threw me for a loop. So when you press the product out, it comes out white. And you're like, oh, that is light. You are correct, L'Oreal. But then as you kind of rub it, it then changes colors and kind of matches. I can get over the fact that maybe I just chose the wrong shade. But the texture of it is just not good to me. It just is so dry and gross, and I think it's real brown for trying to be called a light pigmented product. That's just ridiculous. Won't be rebuying it. I don't even think I'd give it to someone. It's just gonna go away. Ugh. So next up though are 3 favorites of mine from the month of August that are not beauty related. The first being this Vidiri chocolate bar. This particular one that I got is the sea salt and chocolate. It is a chocolate company local to Raleigh that I live just outside of. Oh my gosh. So we did a little chocolate tour, loved it, did samples, had to buy it. This chocolate I had to ration out because I loved it so much. So if you need to get your hands on it, you can go to vidirichocolatefactory.com, but you should because it's amazing. And there's antioxidants. So my next favorite might sound a little weird, but we live in the South. It is hot, and even coming into September, not that much better. So one, you are wearing a lot of dresses that look great, and you might need a little more control. But then it's hot, and you might have thigh stickage, and that is an unpleasant sensation, my friend. So to combat both of those woes, and just in case you fall and you don't want to be exposed, I'm going to share with you my Hanes supportive shorts. Oh yeah, that front panel. So these are my little shorty shorts. I wear them, they're nude, so they're nice and consistent under a dress. They're great for just giving you, it's not not in some crazy difference, but a light slimming effect. And I surprisingly enough, for it being a shaping item, I feel more comfortable because I don't have the sensation of sorry, too much. But love them. I found those at Target. They're from Hanes. Do it up. And then my last favorite. It's been a favorite for a while, but since this is my first favorites video, I figured it would be okay to include it. I am madly in love with this New Mexico Pine-on coffee that I got from Trader Joe's. So this is a blend of Arabica beans and wild pine-on nuts, which is a staple of Native Americans. I didn't realize that. This might be one of the most creamy textured coffees I've ever had. This particular one is not flavored. They didn't have any that came in French vanilla or anything like that, but it's just such a mild, creamy flavor that I just love it. I've repurchased it many a times, and it's just delightful. So hit up your Trader Joe's. So those are my favorites for August, and I'm already working on my favorites for September. But yeah, enjoy the month of September. Maybe try a few things that got here. It's up to you, whatever. But anyway, enjoy the month of September, and I will see you next time. Bye!